Back in September of this year, Ubiquiti launched the UNVR Instant and the UNVR Instant Kit. This unit allows you to add Unifi Protect and cameras and the NVR to your existing network without having to be already in the Unifi ecosystem. The kit comes with the NVR, it comes with a 1TB hard drive and 4 G5 Ultra Turret cameras. Last week I did an unboxing video of this kit, so if you want to check that out, I'll leave it in the description below. For this video, I reached out to Ubiquiti and asked them if I could have one of the UNVR Instant Kits for my in-laws' house. My in-laws currently have a Blink camera system from Amazon. They've had it for a few years now, and it is underperforming. The clips are really short, the quality is really bad. I'm sure maybe some of the newer units may be better, but when it comes to having a hardwired system, this Unifi kit just makes so much sense. And so Ubiquiti was gracious enough to send me this kit to do a swap out and to do a video on and to show you how easy it is to switch to Unifi. So let's jump into some of the footage here from the Blink camera system. You can see here, this is a 10-second clip. It looks very low quality. You can see my father-in-law walking there, and that's it. The video just stops. It seems like with these wireless cameras, they won't record for very long. A lot of the footage that I tried to pull from the cloud, they're about 10 to 12 seconds long, and the cameras just seem to miss a lot of action that's happening. Here is nighttime footage. Looks like a possum, and again, that was 5 seconds long. That's all I could find on this footage. Here's them backing out of the driveway. And also what I don't like is there's no timestamp, so I can't tell the date and time on this footage. That's interesting. So here in this video is an Amazon delivery driver. One camera records for about 6 seconds, and then another one records for another 6 seconds, and then it stops. So there's no footage of the driver leaving. Let's say they accidentally hit the garbage can or something. There's not any footage of that. With these Blink cameras, you do have to have a subscription to view the cloud footage. And so they have been paying that for about 3 years. And it's $100 a year. So essentially over 3 years, they've paid $300 just to watch the footage. So on a Saturday, we had a family friend come over and run lines in the attic. I provided some outdoor rated Cat 5e cable. The attic space seemed really easy to move around in, so your mileage is going to vary as far as running the lines. Sometimes you can tuck them into the soffit area, but what we did is we drilled a hole into the soffit and it went up to the attic, and then I just ran a fish stick line up there with the cable attached to it, and then our family friend was able to pull the cable. So in this image here, you can see the Blink camera and you can see the hole in the soffit that I made and the data line going up. Here's another one. You've got the Blink camera there, but at the top we just drilled a hole into the soffit up into the attic and ran the cable that way. Here's an image of one of the cameras, final product. You can see here, the camera is mounted on the soffit, nice and neat. And then there's the old Blink camera. The camera was really easy to mount to the soffit. I had no issues screwing it in there, and it felt super secure on that soffit. Aiming the G5 turrets is pretty simple. Once you get it aimed, you can screw down the screw onto the mount, and you're good to go. And here is the install of the NVR. Yes, I know I can do better on cable management. I will work on this down the road. I think I want to do a patch panel to put the lines into and maybe do a small rack just to get this off of the wall and into a nice, neat area. But for right now, this is working out just fine. So here we have the UNVR Instant, and we have the 4 cameras running into 4 of the 6 PoE ports. For internet, they have fiber, and they have these Eero wireless access points. And so this unit is meshing to the access point that's in the living room. And so what I did was run a data line out of this mesh unit and into the UNVR Instant. And then I added this battery backup, as they tend to have power outages where they live. Okay, so taking a look at the Unifi portal here, this is their camera setup. We can see here on the left side, we've got the hard drive storage, 4 cameras. Storage capacity right now is almost 5 days. The hard drive isn't quite full yet, but with these recording 24/7, you'll get about 5 to 7 days of video footage for the 1 terabyte hard drive. If they wanted to step up to a 4 or 8 terabyte hard drive, they can absolutely do that. It's simple to pull the unit off the wall, put the new hard drive in, and we're good to go. So with the 4 cameras installed, we have available capacity here. We're about halfway on capacity. So we can add 3 4K cameras or 5K cameras or 4 2K cameras to this unit. Looking at the PoE ports here, we can see we're using 4, and then this one is the uplink to the mesh. And we can see the PoE power availability here. We have a total of 40 watts, and we're using 8.61 with the 4 cameras. And I think 3 of the 4 are currently on night vision. These are really efficient. I know some folks were saying that 40 watts is not enough, but clearly, I mean, with 4 cameras, and we can add up to 2 or 3 more, 40 watts is plenty. I did tell my in-laws that if they wanted to add enhanced AI to these cameras, we can add an AI port, and I believe that will be powered by this PoE as well. We can see temperature and status here, and other information. Statistics here, our CPU utilization and memory usage. This is for the viewport HDMI if you wanted to use that. I don't have it currently hooked up. If they wanted to hook up a monitor to this NVR, they can via the HDMI port, and we would set that there. So here for the driveway camera, we can see all the info about that. It seems like with the blink cameras, they're only recording at like 1 or 2 megabits per second, which is kind of understandable. They're wireless. So another positive thing of having wired cameras is you can run 10 megabits per second solid and have no issues there. We have our recording settings. These cameras will detect animals, people, and vehicles, as well as different audio detections. We have our recording quality, overlay information, and then zones and lines. So I have motion zones deactivated, but I do have motion zones enabled. So to prevent a lot of detections of vehicles and people on the street, I changed the motion zone for smart detections to basically their property. And then I have the sensitivity to medium. Here on the Find Anything tab, we can search for all detections. We can search for people. We can search for vehicles. Here we have a FedEx driver pulling up. So we can see the camera detected a car, and you can see the confidence level. And now it has detected the person as well as a confidence level. And there we go. We have the whole footage. And this is showing on that blue bar down at the bottom, it's showing the detection that it sees. And then since we're recording 24/7, we can continue with the footage even though the motion has ended. So here we have another delivery driver, and this is from the driveway camera. You can see it detects the person. Here is some nighttime footage. We can see he unlocked his car and walking out there. It's picking up everything very nicely. And again, since he's out of frame, he's not detected, but we're recording 24/7, and so the footage is going to keep going. And even from far away, it looks like the camera picked up the neighbors here. So that made a detection there of a person. And I feel like the image quality is just really good on this. This is a 2K camera, but you can even see the raindrops there. And he's currently outside of the zone that I set up on this camera, so he's not currently being detected. So I'll probably adjust that to where the zone goes up to the mailbox. So that's the find anything section. You can also go to playback and go to any of the cameras and see them that way. This is one of the backyard cameras currently. It is pretty close to the soffit, so there's a little bit of bounce back on the IR, but you can still see that image. And then here's another one of the backyard. So the IR is picking up, I would say, half of the backyard or so. This is the front door camera at night currently. Because of this porch light, it's not going into IR mode, which is fine. I think even in low light, this looks really good. We can see the cars. If somebody was walking up to it, you'd be able to see what color clothing they're wearing and things like that. And then of course, the homeowner would get a notification on their phone. There's Case Manager, so you can flag different footage and put it in a case. And so if you're wanting to make sure footage doesn't get deleted, you can create a case and flag the certain footage that you want. And that way all that footage will be preserved. And then we have Alarm Manager. So you can create different alarms for so many different things. If you want to know when there's barking, you can set an alarm for that. If there's a CO alarm, smoke alarm, these cameras are all outside, so we won't really do that. But you can see here, we have person and vehicle detections set up and alarms, and the last one was about 4 hours ago, and there's been 11 within the past 24 hours. So there's lots of different alarms you can set in here. You can do push notifications to the app. You can do via email. There's a bunch of different triggers and actions, and then you can select the devices. And then this is where we can manage users. So I added this unit to my account and then added my father-in-law as a super admin so that he has access to that. This UNVR instant can have access running. So if you wanted to do door access, you could. You can add card readers and electric door strikes and all that stuff to Unifi access if you wanted to. Looking here at the mobile app, a lot of the same stuff is here in the app. At the top, we can see the recent detections. It shows 13 people and 10 vehicles. And then below that, we have the camera feeds. And then if we wanted to open that up, we can either search by detections, so it'll show them all there, or we can scroll through and look at it that way. And it's doing a time lapse. We can see there was movement there. So you can time lapse and go through the footage. You can do a multi-view if you want. You can view the cameras here and change settings just like on the computer. You've got all the same settings, recording modes, and motion zones, and settings. They've got image tuning. You can create alarms. So if I wanted to do activity for motion and get a notification, I could do that. And then here's the same Find Anything tab. We can search for people, vehicles, animals, audio, and then if we've had any that are flagged. If I go back to devices and NVR, we can see the storage capacity there. We can see temperature and other info, CPU and memory utilization. So there you go. There is the UNVR Instant Kit from Ubiquiti. It's currently $6.99 on their store. I know for some that can seem pricey compared to going to Costco to get a Blink camera system for $200 or $300. The thing about Unifi is there's no subscriptions. You get updates for as long as the products are supported, which Unifi has a big track record of supporting devices for a very long time. I think the biggest hurdle for a system like this is running the data lines. So if you know somebody that knows their way around a home or construction and get into the attic or knows ways to hide wires in soffit, you can make this work. I think this is going to be your best bet if you want a camera system for your home. 24/7 recording is the best option. Being able to access the cameras for free. The footage is recorded locally. It's not in the cloud somewhere, and you can always access it from your phone or from the web portal easily. And that is it for this video. Again, I thank you, Ubiquiti, for sending me this unit. I'm super excited that a company would send me something like this and partner with me. I think that's a really cool experience. If you have any comments or questions, please leave those below. I try to answer every comment or question that I see. I thank you all so much for subscribing. I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I hope to get there soon. I hope one day to be a Ubiquiti content creator. That's my goal. And so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.